So it's been a couple of hours since we learned that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez defeated corrupt corporate Democrat Joe Crowley, and really, the establishment, you can tell, is speechless. So in this video, I do want to get to the reactions, but first, my favorite video of the night is this video of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez reacting to the news that she defeated Joe Crowley. I mean, that is just really, that's so heartwarming right there. I really, really like this video. Now, what did Joe Crowley do? He decided, you know, in his concession speech to sing Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez a song. Literally. Yeah, so that happened. So, say what you will about that, but my favorite part about this news is that Donald Trump actually tweeted about this victory for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. He didn't mention her by name, but he did basically say that Joe Crowley was mean to him, and he's glad that he lost. But I mean, buddy, if you thought that Joe Crowley was mean to you, wait until you get a true progressive in that seat. You haven't seen anything yet. Progressives aren't pushovers. We don't take your bullshit policies lying down. We actually fight back. So give it a couple of months. I think that Trump will probably be begging for Joe Crowley to return to Congress. Now, we're also seeing some reaction from the media, which I think are just fascinating. I mean, watching some of these clips are surreal. That's what I said on Twitter, because they're now finally having conversations about progressive momentum that they should have been having years ago. And this is one clip that really stood out to me with Don Lemon and a strategist.
This is a big upset here. What's going on?
This is a huge upset. Nobody thought that Joe Crowley was going down. Yes, there was some noise on the left that there was going to be a real challenge. The Intercept really got behind Joe Crowley's progressive challenger. But there was no sense that this was going on. But this is not an isolated incident. In the 9th District in New York, Yvette Clarke is in a lot of trouble tonight. In Maryland, Governor Ben Jealous, who's the left-wing candidate in that race, is doing particularly well. So it does seem, if there was some argument before tonight that there wasn't a lot of energy on the progressive side of the Democratic Party, there certainly was this evening.
So let's talk about her a little bit more, okay, Harry? Because she is running, obviously, to his left, right?
Correct.
To Crowley's left. It says even with universal health care, a federal jobs guarantee, and the abolition of ICE headlining her demands, Crowley has a formidable liberal record to lean on. So she is young.
She is young.
But?
She is young. She's also a minority candidate in a district that is now majority minority, and she's a woman in the year of the woman. But to me, it's amazing that Joe Crowley really didn't have a firing offense, right? He was a very liberal congressman, but he wasn't liberal enough.
Yeah. What does this say to you about this race? Because when I saw you just before the show, you said this is big. We were paying attention to what happened in Staten Island, especially because of Grimm and Grimm going to jail and all of that. Should we be, same question I asked Chris just moments ago, should we be paying more attention, you think, to Democratic primaries instead of so much focus on the Republicans?
Absolutely. I mean, look, Democrats have a decent shot at taking control in November, but more than just for this year, I think it's a preview of the 2020 primary season, the presidential race, and there could be a lot of energy on the left, and it does seem to me that you just can't be against Trump. You have to stand for something, at least in the primaries tonight.
He ranks 4th among House Democrats, and it was said that he could take over for Nancy Pelosi?
Exactly. He definitely could have, given how much trouble she is. And remember, Eric Cantor lost his primary about 4 years ago tonight. This is that. What that was on the Republican side, this is on the Democratic side. It's huge.
So, by and large, this was such a huge, monumental victory for progressives, and I still am honestly in disbelief that it happened. So, we're going to continue to see the world react and see the Democratic Party establishment react, but understand, they've been shaken to their core right now. They have no idea how to process this or handle this. I mean, everyone disregarded Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It was seen as a long-shot campaign, and we all knew that she was the underdog. But now you see people like Kathy Griffin tweeting about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, sharing articles about her, so you learn more about her. You see Joanne Reed admitting that, now they're going to have to do their homework. How about this? How about next time there's a progressive challenging an incumbent Democrat that you dismiss as a long shot? Maybe give them a chance. Give them some media coverage. So that way you're not inadvertently tipping the scales in favor of the corporate Democrat. That's your job as a journalist. So everyone in the country is going to learn Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's name now that she won. But what they're also going to learn is that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is a movement. She has an army. I'm just so thrilled. So again, congratulations to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I just wanted to share some of the, initial reactions to her huge political upset. This is a gigantic victory, and this really gives progressives the credibility that they deserve, and it puts us on a new level, really.
Support this podcast by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Humanist Report.